Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Air Kitty. Okay, so you're probably questioning what is going on with the room around me. This is not the usual room that I record in. So some background information. I am currently at my cousin's house, pet sitting for her. You may have heard me bring it up a couple times when I was doing the 102 Dalmatians games, that I was trying to get those out as quickly as possible before I went to my cousin's house to help. Yeah, because I was going to be gone for 10 days. Currently, I'm on day 8, I think. So, I did want to try and get some recording out while I was pet sitting. I was also really excited to record because I haven't really recorded anything for a while. I kind of went on a hiatus. I was getting really into playing Kingdom Hearts because I had all the games for those and I hadn't really progressed anywhere. And with the second phase of Kingdom Hearts coming out, I wanted to finish that. As well as the fact of I was playing My Time at Portia, which again I got, completely involved in. I will say disclaimer, there are some noises that are happening behind me. I am recording this currently at 2:30 in the afternoon. I know that's probably not the most optimal time, but I was so excited to record that I just couldn't, help myself. I just was like, let's just do it. Whatever happens, happens. I'll fix it in editing. So if there are some noises like dog barking or motors happening outside, and they leak through the recording, unfortunately, I'm very sorry, I apologize. The real reason why we are here today is for this. I was trying to figure out a video idea, something, easy on my laptop at least, because as I had mentioned in some of my videos, obviously my laptop doesn't have the same specs as my desktop, and on top of that, doesn't have a CD-ROM drive. So a lot of my, throwback games wasn't going to be able to play those. But I still wanted to do something that was kind of throwback-ish. And I had remembered, I was like, what would be kind of cool is if I did a video about, some of the franchises that, I loved as a child, and kind of did some stuff about, their websites, or, how they've evolved in some way. And I remember Diva Starz. Now, granted, this is a fan website. Diva Starz went under in 2004, as you can see in that, nice little blip of the description at the top. They are a doll that was made by Mattel. If you don't know who Mattel is, they are the same creators of, Polly Pocket, and Barbie is probably the most famous one. Another one, I believe, was probably Flava Dolls. But these were dolls that I think kind of had a hit or miss with some people. Currently at the time, they were in competition with the Bratz dolls, which kind of had a very similar style to them when they came out. The big head, the kind of prominent lip style, or prominent lip shape, and that long, flowing kind of hair. Very 2000s-like, and of course, in this, power struggle, the Bratz won. I think probably because, one, the sales of the Diva Starz didn't do as well, but also simply because a lot of people found them creepy, the dolls themselves. I never had one, but I will say that for the dolls, they were very innovative for their time. They were a doll that was probably about yay big. They had some mechanics where, they, I think, could move their head, they, batted their eyes up and down, or eyelids up and down. They could talk. And that was probably one of the big staples of the Diva Starz dolls themselves, was that they talked. On top of that, I believe when you got two of them in the same range of each other, they would actually talk to each other and, address each other and be like, "Hey Tia, what's up girl?" And, "Not much Alexa, how you doing?" And it was great. I always thought that was a really innovative toy. And I kind of wanted to see that flourish, actually. A little while before they went under, they did change the doll's style to try and help their production, or rather their sales. And they changed it to look more like the Barbie doll, but they kept the talking mechanic and kind of the big head, the big eyes, kind of to resemble a mix between the Barbie doll and the Bratz dolls. But unfortunately it was not enough. They unfortunately went under. And it made me very sad. The one thing that I did really like about really all of Mattel's brands was the interactive websites that they always had. Bratz, Diva Starz, Barbie, they all had really interactive websites. And obviously as a kid from the early 2000s, the internet wasn't necessarily taking off, but the amount of stuff that you could do with it, I want to say Flash was probably introduced about that time, but that's when kind of Flash and stuff like that, or Adobe Flash and stuff like that, kind of burst out onto the scene. And you were seeing people come up with games and little videos and ads and stuff like that with all Flash. Obviously, come the end of the year, Flash is going to be retired, so a part of me wanted to kind of do this tribute, because I did install Flash on my computer. Disclaimer, I am not encouraging that you do that. Even though I really like this game, I actually am kind of happy to see Flash die. I don't necessarily want to have Flash on my computer, but I'm doing it for the sake of I love this franchise. I want to be able to experience, some of the things that they have to offer. And I'm thinking I'm gonna probably break this out into somewhat of a small series, because there is a lot of content here that I really want to show off, as well as just kind of, let people know that this is here. This website has actually been updated quite a bit over even just the last year. They actually updated the look of this website, as well as, some of the content. So like right down here, there was an update, not even just about a month ago. And you can see that they're keeping up on it. This is an avid fan of the series. Obviously, I will put a link into the description if you guys want to go see it for yourself and just kind of look through it, obviously, because I'm not going to go through every little thing on this website, because I've already done it myself. I have 100% done that myself. But there are a few things that I thought were fun and I kind of wanted to bring to light. One of the first things is this one piece of news I did want to point out that the owner of this website found. Was back here in March, they did find out that Mattel had put in a new application for a copyright, or securing a copyright for the Diva Stars. And as she says, whether this means Mattel will reboot the Diva Stars in the coming future or simply securing their copyright of the brand, it is unknown. I am kind of interested to see what Mattel is planning, if they actually are trying to bring the dolls back, or if they are just, as the owner says, just, they're just securing that brand, making sure that, people don't try and steal that trademark. My thoughts on the idea of actually having the brand rebooted, it's one of those things where, I'm half and half. I'd be very excited for that, because I would like to see them redo something with this brand, because it was a great brand. I think that they really did. I think they did a lot of things right. And you can tell that from the people that worked on the website, they put a lot of care into it. The thing that does kind of scare me, though, is obviously, for those that are programmers and stuff like that, you obviously see a lot of pages, a lot of websites, come up with, the singleton page, in a sense. For those of you that are not programmers, basically what it means is, it's a one-page website. You click on a link, and it just scrolls down to that part of the website. There's not another page, there's not anything interactive, it's just one-page website of information. Which is very sad, because that's kind of what the Bratz website did. I did go to the Bratz website recently to see what, was kind of going on with it. It's a singleton page. And I hate it. A lot of these brands are doing that, and granted, I understand why in a sense, because, we're switching over to phones, Flash is dying out, and now we're left with JavaScript and HTML5. Granted, that's not bad. You can still do quite a bit with HTML5 and JavaScript, but as some people have stated, it's not necessarily a learning curve, it's more the fact of it takes time to learn it. It's another language that they've got to learn. So I would love to see the interactive website come back. This is going to be part one, just information, of course. Obviously, you can jump to whatever part you want. I'm going to make separate videos for them, but I want to show you what I mean by the interactive website. What it meant to have an interactive website, especially in the early 2000s. Because honestly, I want Mattel, I want every brand that, has toys like this, I want them to bring this back. In some way, shape, or form, either through mobile apps, through the website itself, anything. I am dying and craving for stuff like this. I'm gonna leave whatever I do next a surprise, because I don't even know what I'm gonna do next. But stay tuned for whatever it is. Trust me, it's gonna be good.